time roll. Roll all night long. Feels so good when you're home. Come on, baby, rock me all night long. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Come on, baby, let me thrill your soul. Come on, baby, let the good time roll. Roll all night long.
All right. What a crowd. What a crowd. Hey, how we doing? Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Nice show tonight. We got a nice show for you. You're going to be hearing some pretty things coming from an old friend. And got a couple of questions that I would like maybe you guys can answer. And also we're going to do what we usually do and ask everybody where they've been and if they've seen anything that's interesting. And we'll go from there. So it works, and I never fix, don't fix what ain't broke is what they say. So it's, we'll keep doing what we're doing until somebody says, I'm tired of that. We're doing this 32 years, so I guess a lot of people are not tired of it yet. And, you know, I like going out. I like going around the neighborhood, and when I see somebody, they say, we really enjoyed the show. It was a nice group. Yeah, we had a great group here last month. Tremendous compliments, and that's what I like to see. I like to bring entertainment here that they normally wouldn't see, but you have to do your part. When you see them, and you see them working somewhere else, go and support them. They were here. They did a free show for you, so make sure you go out there and say hello to them. We got a couple of promoters out in the audience, and they're putting themselves on the line for you guys, so that we can keep this thing going. So reciprocate. Show them how much you love it, okay? And let's see. What else? Why don't we get to the number one question that we always ask about where has anybody been? Have you seen any concerts in the last 3-4 weeks? Okay, Sal, see what anybody out there, or Danny, see if you can find out if anybody has someplace they've been, concerts they've done. I can't see with the behind the camera, so if there's anybody back there, yeah. I see a lot of hands. Okay, so nobody went anywhere last month? Okay.
How you doing, Vito?
All right, Jim.
Yesterday we were at the Roadhouse. They had Noel Katz with the Dynamics. Fantastic show they did. And then Tommy Smoot came in at the end to surprise everybody. He had everybody dancing, especially Linda. He had her going crazy. Last month, I went to a show with Joe LaRocca. He had Dennis Dell. He had Elmo with the Brooklyn Keys and Anthony DiDio. Terrific show.
Good.
We really enjoyed it. He always puts on a good show, though. I enjoy Joe's show. I don't miss any of them. But and he's got one coming up in September. He's going to have Nikki Sticks with the Fireflies, Barbara Harris, and I forgot, what was the other group, Joe? The Trusells. All should be a great show. Anybody wants to go, get the tickets from Joe. I'll definitely be there. All right, and that's it.
Hey.
I got to tell you, Elvis is going to be on the 24th, 26th. What's the name of that place? Huh? Garvey's. He's going to be at Garvey's on the 26th.
He stole your thunder. Now that you guys want to announce where you've been or anything going on, he just gave up. He gave up everything so far.
I tried.
Oh. Hey, Joe. Well, okay.
Thank you, Vito.
That's all
It's
right.
always a pleasure to be here. Your
you.
shows are fantastic.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate you letting me speak all the
Absolutely.
time about my upcoming events.
Absolutely.
So this Friday coming on the 30th, I have Ken, Ryan, and Linda Garofolo. They're going to be in Reggiano's 2 on Highland Boulevard at 7 o'clock. And I hope I'm going to have my Staten Island friends, come to that. And I have my notes because I forget everything. What do you call it? Also, in Staten Island, in New Jersey, rather, I have Robbie that's going to be at Aunt Butchie's, and that's going to be on the 13th of July. And that's a great place. I know everybody goes to the Aunt Butchie's here, but the food is amazing, plentiful, and we have a good time.
Good.
The most important thing that I'm doing is my Tunnel to Towers benefit, and that's on September 22nd. It's going to be at Z2. I think I've spoken about it so many times. I'm hoping people will start making their reservations so we get an idea of how many people are going to be showing up. Vinny Broadway is going to be my MC. He's amazing. Wayne is going to be videotaping it. Mary Jane is going to be helping me out with some things. And yes, I'm going, and Angelo Capone is going to be also performing. Ken and Linda will be performing. And basically, the featured group is Just Friends. So I'm very excited that everybody's going to be pitching in, and I hope to see everybody there. And the only other thing I'm going to say is also Just Friends is going to be also in Z2 in November. So you look for that date. And thank you very much. I really appreciate this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Picone.
What the heck? What was that? Alfred Hitchcock? Good evening.
All right.
Good evening, Mr. Picone.
My name is Nick. I'm with the Fireflies. We're going to be performing at Eisenhower Park August 16th.
Who are
with,
you first? Why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, I just said.
I didn't hear you. What?
I am Nicky from
Well,
the
I
Fireflies.
can't hear you.
I'm Nick from the Fireflies.
I know, but that's it. Yeah. Speak up, will you?
August 16th, we'll be at Eisenhower Park with Bobby Wilson, the Chicklets, and Randy and the Rainbows. On the 10th, July 10th, we will be at Eisenhower Park. Well, I will be with one of my other gentlemen in the group. We're going to be doing a Dion tribute with a gentleman called Jimmy Benz.
General Eisenhower
going
gonna be there?
Planetones. We'll be playing Eisenhower Park.
Is that with General Eisenhower? Is he going to be there?
What's that?
General Eisenhower going to be there?
I think he's buried somewhere in their lake. And, August 14th, we got at Eisenhower Park, we got Johnny Scupoletti warming up for the Dimensions. So John Scupoletti and the Reactions up on the big stage at Eisenhower Park. So, and that is August 14th. So if you guys can make it, Eisenhower Park, except for you, you don't come. And that's about it for now. Oh, well, August 26th, I am doing a show at Moonlight Caterers on Staten Island, 3948 Amboy Road. It's going to be Stan Ziska's Tangerine and Bobby D'Andrea with the Knockouts. They're going to be, and Rhett J on DJing and dance music and singing. And it's full buffet. It's $70 a ticket, and full buffet and all the entertainment. And it's going to be a cash bar there. Moonlight Caterers is on Staten Island, so.
It's a nice venue, too.
Good, yeah.
It's a nice
place
venue.
there. So, and that's about it. And December 2nd, I think we're down in Wildwood with, was that Joey M? We're hoping. And then December, I think it's the 9th, we're at a Christmas show at Bergen Pack with the Fireflies, a couple other groups. I think the Duprees are on that one. So, what's that? The other one is, forgot his name anyway. But it should be a good show up there. We're on it, so it's got to be good. No elegance, sorry. Thank you very much, and everybody have a good night.
Nicky, Nicky brings his own. He brings his own teleprompter. Actually, you got to speak a little louder because for some reason that microphone's not coming through this monitor. Yeah, I can't really hear what he's saying. You know,
Hi, Vito. It's good to be here. Hope
Attaboy.
everything is good. I got Mike DeMore at Piranha's Ult Club on July 8th in Piranhas, New Jersey. And then on Sunday, July 9th at Villa Patriotissimo on Amboy Road, Mike DeMore is going to be there. It's a $10 cover chart, open menu, and Mike is doing his show. On September 23rd, Jimmy said I have a show at American Legion in Broad County in Queens. We have the Tessels, Barbara Harris. What is the name of that group? The big guy with the boy. Oh, the Fireflies. We have the Firefly. The Firefly. And December 16th, I have my Toys for Tots at All Saint the Pittsburgh Church on Victory Boulevard. We had the Mellow Kings, Tommy Lynn, and Bob Cooter. And we did a show Friday night at Ann Bushy's on Arctic Road with Tommy Lynn. We had 100 people, a dinner show. It was a blown-out show. He really did a great job. In February 10th, out in Queens, we have our Valentine show. I believe John Superletti in the reaction, the Tessels, and I can't do who. Oh, and Soledo and the Taxman. That's on February 10th. Thank you, Vito.
Hey, Joe.
Good evening, Vito.
Where's
Good
Joe?
evening, everybody.
All right, I'll get him afterwards.
All right, from July 5th to the 15th, we have the Lady of Mount Carmel Feast, and appearing on Monday, July 10th, that's in Williamsburg, by the way, appearing Monday, July 10th from 7 to 11 p.m. We have John Scopoletti in the Reactions performing it. Okay, I want to also mention a couple of shows we're putting on later in the year. Again, Sunday, September 10th, 3 p.m. at the Historic Park Theater in Cranston, Rhode Island. We have the Duprees, the Coasters, young man named Stefano DeSanto, performed in Las Vegas, and currently lives in Rhode Island. A local group called Reminisce, doing doo-wop. And of course, like always, I saved the best for last, Vito Picone and the Elegant. Okay. All right, be quiet, I'm not done. Saturday, October 14th, 7 p.m. at the State Theater in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Opening act, Vinnie Medugno, the Duprees, the Doo-Wop Project, and Chubby Checker. Okay, and last but not least, Proctor Theater up in lovely downtown Schenectady, New York. Saturday, November 12th, 7 p.m. Opening act, Vinnie Medugno, Kid Kyle, Barbara Harris and the Toys, the Bronx Wanderers, Jay Siegel's Tokens, The Happenings, and again, Vito Picone and the Elegant. Plenty of tickets available. Okay, I'm done now. Thank you very much.
Hey, Mike. I got to start using sign language here. We have to start having sign language. Mike. Mike. Welcome to the Italian channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's Italian cable. Mike, On the Schenectady show. On the Schenectady, on the Schenectady show. Have a lot of black coffee in the morning when we get there. Because we're coming from Pottstown, Pennsylvania the night before. And that show now has been moved to an afternoon, which we have probably about 11:30 sound check. And then we got a 4.5-hour drive to get from Pottstown to Schenectady. So we're going to be kind of tired. So
Don't worry about it. I'll keep you busy.
get me that Medaglia d'Oro I want out there. Get it. Let me inject that in my veins. And Joe.
We'll be looking forward to it.
All right, well, look, me too. I'll bring the cannolis. All right. Joe, you said you have a show with Barbara Harris and some potatoes or something you said? Joe, what show is that? Barbara Harris and,
To fly, you fly, and
I heard-
it sells.
I heard you say Barbara Harris and potatoes. What is that? Oh, Toys for Tots? Is that, okay, that's what it was. That's all right. Oh, God. And anyway, hey, we have any dancers out there, by the way? Okay. Check them out there, Danny. See if we have any dancers. It's only an hour show. Was that a yes or a no, guys? Hello. Where did I lose control here? I can't hear nothing. They don't hear nothing. Do we have any? This has been a recording. Do they have any dancers out there?
Welcome to CTV.
Oh, Maron. No? Okay. All right, that's a no, Danny, right? No dancers? No dancers? We have dancers? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Anyway, lad, here's a fella that I met many, many years ago. Came up from down south. He came up with, well, there were two fellas that came up at the same time. And this guy had a couple of hit records. This was the biggest. I had the opportunity to speak to him probably maybe a few years back. I forgot exactly when. But it was unfortunately he passed away right about a month after I spoke to him. So I was so grateful that I got a chance to actually talk to him again. But he had a big record called, actually it was Party Doll. Remember Party Doll by Buddy Knox? Anybody? No? Okay. What a crowd. I love this crowd. My God. Look at the board here. Buddy Knox, Party Doll. Okay? Let's hear it on the radio. Let's hear it on the Musikiama there. Oh my God. What the hell is going on?
You were feeling wild, to be ever loving, true and fair, to run her fingers through my hair. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. I'll make love to you. I'll make love to you. Well, I saw a gal walking down the street, the kind of a gal I love to meet. She had blonde hair and eyes of blue. Baby, I wanna have a party with you. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. I'll make love to you. I'll make love to you. Every man has gotta have a party doll to be with him, but when he's feeling wild, to be ever loving, true and fair, to run her fingers through his hair, to run her fingers through his hair. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. Come along and be my party doll. I'll make love to you. I'll make love to you.
there, ladies. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll stay up here one more second. We just do one more, and then we'll continue with the rest of the show. There's a fella that every time we got together for the last, 50, 60 years, we used to speak Italian all night long. He got a big kick out of talking Italian, and we would go back and forth. We were up in Iowa one time. It was the coldest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was 17 below zero. And as soon as he walked in the door, I was backstage already. He got off the bus, he walked in, and he looked at me, and he says, "Minchia, che fanno cazzo di freddo," he said. You know? So we translate that. There's no captions here, otherwise we'll be extra off. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the late Bobby Rydell, Swinging School.
Chicks, kicks, cats, cool. School. Yeah, going swinging school. Oh, where the chicks are kicks and the cats are cool. Oh, well, we dance the greatest, dress the latest. Whoa, 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 I go with swinging school.
Oh, Bobby, oh, everything's cool.
That's cool.
We're glad to go to a swinging school.
My little chick is my heart's desire. Oh, well, the way we kiss her put the school on fire. I said chicks, kicks, cats, cool. School. Yeah, well. After school we have the rendezvous. We're gonna plan all the things that we're gonna do. Trade her books in for cooking. I'll quit my looking when our days at the school are through.
Oh, Bobby, oh, everything's cool.
That's cool.
We're glad to go to a swinging school.
We live in love by the golden rule. We're gonna settle down near the swinging school. We'll have a house, a car, swimming pool. Whoa, 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 I go a swinging school. I said the whoa, 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 what a swinging school.
Yeah, they got him do something. This is terrible. All right, ladies. Nice job. Nice job. You know, that Bobby Rydell, probably one of the best singers that actually came from our era. Very, very underrated. But although he did the movie, he did quite a few things. Accomplished a lot of things, but definitely vocally, one of the best singers that ever came from our era. So, miss you, buddy. Anyway, you know, before we get into the entertainment portion, I'd like to say one thing that we have a gentleman here that's been with me for, God, I guess almost from the beginning. And he's been the man behind the scenes. He's actually been in the booth, you know, and nothing works without him. The sound, except for tonight, you know. For some reason, I'm yelling over here. I already have a sore throat. We didn't even start. It's just that the new setup is, we got to tweak it a little bit. But anyway, this fella's been with me almost right from the beginning, and I could never do it without him, and I've stated that more than once. He's actually moving. He's bought a house up in Delaware. Him and his wife are going to be moving, and they're leaving Staten Island. Obviously, the commute's going to be a little too much. Otherwise, I'd figure a way to get him back and forth. But let's give a big round of applause. He's in the booth, ladies and gentlemen. David Marcus. Where is he, David? We're going to miss you, buddy. Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, sure. You have a good monitor.
I'm working the board.
I'm bored with the board. Okay, anyway, this next gentleman is what I want to bring up right now. You're going to be totally amazed by his vocal ability also. He's been around for a little while, and he's been doing a lot of things out in the Jersey area. That's primarily where he's from, but he's been just about everywhere, and he's everybody knows first name basis out there. Everybody knows the name. They know what he's capable of. They do stop in and see him. He's got a good fan base out there. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause, Anthony DiDio.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vito.
My pleasure.
I've been in love so many times, I thought I knew the score, but you treated me so wrong, I can't take any more. And it looks like I'm never gonna fall in love again. Fall in love. I'll never fall in love. I mean it, fall in love again. All those things I heard about you, I thought they were only lies. But when you're with someone, baby, I broke down and cried. And it looks like I'm never gonna fall in love again. Fall in love. I'll never fall in love. I mean it, fall in love again. I gave my heart so easily, I cast aside my pride. But when you're with someone, baby, I broke down and cried. And it looks like I'm never gonna fall in love again. That's why I'm singing fall in love. I'll never fall in love. I mean it, fall in love again. Mr. Tom Jones, thank you so much. I had a very special request for the next song. I'm going to send this out to Richie Santa in the audience.
There must be lights burning brighter somewhere. Got to be birds flying higher in a sky more blue. If I can dream of a better land where home my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why, oh I want my dream come true. There must be peace and understanding sometime. Strong winds of promise that will blow away the doubt and fear. If I can dream of a warmer sun where hope keeps shining on everyone, tell me why, oh I want that sun up there. We're lost in a cloud with too much rain. We're trapped in a world that's troubled with pain, yeah. But as long as a man has a strength to dream, he can redeem his soul and fly. Deep in my heart, there's a trembling question. Still, I am sure that the answer's gonna come somehow. Out there in the dark is a beckoning candle, yeah. While I can think, while I can talk, while I can stand, while I can walk, while I can dream, please let my dreams come true. Right now, let it come right now. Let it come right now. Oh, yeah.
That was an Elvis Presley song, Vito. We had a special request for this next song. I got a phone call last night. Who wanted to hear Johnny Cash? Mr. John Scoopaletti. Put your hands up. Come on. Come here.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring.
Come on.
Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Here we go. Can I get a yee-haw? Here we go.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire,
the ring of fire. Come on. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down on the flame-lit fire. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. We're trying, Vito, we're trying here. It's a living, Vito. To be my last song, we have any New Yorkers here? We're in Staten Island. We're going to send this out to my Rockettes. Let's get it, Rockettes. Get your legs going. You guys are very nice. Give yourselves a round of applause one more time. The record skipper. Start skipping the record. I'm leaving today. I'll make a brand new start of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right to the very heart of it. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm a number one, top of the heap. These little town blues are melting away right to the very heart of it. In old New York, if I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York. Come on, Rockettes. Come on. New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep, to find I'm a number one, top of the list, king of the hill, a number one. These little town blues are melting away. I'm gonna make a brand new start of it in old New York. And if I can make it there, I'm gonna make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York, New York. Let's go, Rangers. You guys are great. Thank you so much.
Come on over, Ed. You know, that's,
Thank you, Vito.
the problem was too much energy. That's what was skipping. By the way, we're going to give you a bill for the broken glasses in the kitchen. A lot of power in those lungs.
Thank you so much for having me.
Man, are you kidding? My pleasure. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Huh? Huh? Yeah, great. Beautiful. So, we were talking about Jersey before. Were you born in Jersey?
I was born in Brooklyn, New York,
Okay.
Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, New York. Born, raised, and educated.
Good. What school?
New Utrecht High School.
Oh,
I went to school with Buddy Hackett.
beautiful. With Buddy Hackett.
With Buddy Hackett.
I thought he's older than you.
He's older
I
than
was
me.
going to say, what was
And
he?
John Saxon.
What was he, the principal?
He was the principal.
Oh, God.
But I have, before we get started, I have something special. I don't know, I showed Vito before. In my previous days when I was a painter, I was painting a lady's house, and she had a lot of memorabilia in one room. So she says, why are you so infatuated with that room? I says, I see you're a big Vito and the Elegance fan. I see a lot of pictures in here, Vito and the Elegance. So I was there for a whole week, and to my chagrin, it was Freddie Redmond, who used to be one of the Elegance house. Freddie had passed, and since I painted for his wife and I showed so much interest in the music, she happened to give me these cufflinks that Vito and the Elegance used to tour. Do you remember those cufflinks?
Oh, my God. Wow.
You remember them?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
$49.99, they're yours.
That was good. Not bad.
But it was a very memorable day because she seen I showed so much interest, and she said, my husband would want you to have this. So to me, that was one of the most biggest gifts that I obtained. And in correlation,
Thank you, kid.
my pleasure, my pleasure.
Wow.
So if it brings back memory, she told me that you used to tour in Europe with them. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. That's amazing. I love them. Beautiful. Yeah. How's that? Much better, isn't it?
Zoom in.
You could zoom in, you're still not going to see it.
Put them in here.
Anybody want them for $59.99? Make a quick $10 here. Beautiful, thank you.
No, my pleasure. I don't know if you have yours at home somewhere, but
I don't know, I don't.
then that's a memory from Freddie Redmond.
I lost mine in Sandy. I had everything in my mother's house down South Beach.
I think they should be returned to its rightful owner.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that. Beautiful. Good. I put these right in my music room. I put them in a nice glass case in the music room. So, so what she wanted to know why you were always in that room?
Yeah.
There must have been jewelry in there, right?
I said, you got cufflinks?
Yeah, right.
But that's the way the music business is. It's a small world.
By the way, who wore this necklace? You should have said. Hey, why don't you give them a little hint of where you're going to be at?
I'm going to be tomorrow. I'm going to be at the Wawa down the block. No.
Good. Yeah.
Thursday, I'll be at Aunt Butchie's in Manalapan. Friday and Saturday would be Bon Appetit in Bayville, New Jersey. I do a lot of private shows, but if you like to come out to one of my shows, we will have a great time.
Website?
Is Anthony DiDio at optonline.net. That's my email.
Perfect. Let's talk about some of the things that are in here. Oh, well, of course. I mean, it's right here in big bold letters.
See, I gave you a little bio. What is that? Do you need glasses,
I was
Vito?
going to say, he gave me a bio so that I can
You can
make
read it
easier,
now.
And I had to ask him where he was from. The opening line on this bio, born, raised, and educated in Brooklyn, New York, which obviously I forgot to read it, so he had to remind me. You know, let's see what else I did. Let's see what else I forgot to read. All right, 45 years? Wow. 45 years.
See, everybody says a number, but nobody could prove it.
Well, hold that up with the cufflinks. Yeah.
That's me at 9 years old in my first band.
Yeah.
And that's 10 years old at my first gig. I was a big
Elegant fan.
A big Elegant fan back then.
Right. This
But
is
I
when
was
this is when you were 10 years old.
and that was I was 10.
He aged very quickly. And this is crazy.
And that's for you.
And this is for me. Anthony DiDio singing the legends. Wow.
And if you open it up,
It bites.
I sold about 500 copies already, but the sales started slowing down. They said, "Who's the guy in the middle there?"
Oh, Jesus, right.
Vito Picone is on my cover.
Wow, wow.
My first musical card from the 80s,
Amazing.
when I had black hair. Right, Vito? We remember when we had black
I
hair.
remember when I had a black scalp.
But this copy is an original copy, and this copy is for you.
I appreciate
You could
it.
listen to it or use it as a coaster.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. I have enough coasters. I'll just put in here with everything else that I read, you know.
And I want to thank you again
Oh,
for having
man,
me here
thank
today.
you, thank you. You know, I was
And I brought cannolis. I don't know if they told you.
Jersey
He said,
cannolis?
don't bring the cannolis, but I brought the cannolis.
Jersey cannolis?
Yes. No, they're from Staten Island. No Jersey
Really?
cannolis.
Okay. The just getting back to what you, Ring of Fire. We do Ring of Fire in our act, and I love it. I love doing it because I like impersonating. You know,
Right.
or at least doing some of his stuff. You know, he had zero timing. He had no timing at all. The band had to try and catch up with him all the time. It's one of the hardest songs to sing.
That's correct.
You never know. There's no pattern to it. It's amazing. But sold 1 million records, so he must have been doing something right.
Well, that's why I try to play the songs and sing the songs that people like to listen to, like to dance to. So it's not my choice of what I want to sing or what I want to play. Every job that I do, it's basically to make who's ever in the audience, of course, what you do.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, everybody tells me sometimes, how come you don't sing all your records that you recorded? I recorded close to 70 records, you know, over the years. Nobody knows a lot of those records. They were not even played on the radio. Some never made it. Some obviously were not hits. So if that one person wants that song because he likes it, I'm going to lose the rest of the audience. So it's not, you want to be able to find songs that everybody can relate to, everybody enjoys listening to, and that's what you want to do. You want to be able to capture the audience. You know, we call audibles. I call audibles all the time on stage. If I see something's not working, I throw an eyeball over to. I can't do that. If I throw an eyeball over to somebody, I won't be able to see anymore. Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, right.
That's why I change it up in my musicals. I'm also a
Absolutely.
DJ, so when things are going south with the music, we'd go into a different kind of style.
That's the same thing with my band. When I have my band, if I see things are not going right, you know, we swing over to something else. It's all eye contact.
100%.
You know,
It's
so-
all, very few musicians talk on stage. It's all.
Absolutely. But anyway, any questions for Anthony out there? See, this is what I like about my audience. Watch this. Nothing. Yeah. They come here in the rain. They come here in the snow. They're as loyal as you could be. Ask them one question, they become vegetables. You know? You sure you don't have one question out there? Okay, all right. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Oh, we got a question out there. All right.
Anthony DiDio, you are the best, baby.
Thank you, Mike. I'll give you the 20 later.
Hey, Mike, he's got your cufflinks from school. He's got to get. Where are you in Jersey? Where do you live in Jersey?
I live right now in Whiting. That's one exit past Tom's River.
Okay.
I've been doing most of my shows there. That's why I situated living down that way, because I do a lot of senior centers between the 30-mile radius.
All right.
If I have to come to Staten Island, I'll come for Joe LaRocca. I'll come to Staten Island. But it's 70 miles from my house. Keep me in Jersey.
I got a lot of friends in Whiting and Tom's River area. So,
Come down. Come for a cup of coffee.
No, absolutely. And I'll meet you at Wawa's.
Yeah, we'll come up. Be at Wawa tomorrow morning.
Oh, God.
But just a pleasure being in business this long.
Oh,
It's
man.
just nice to be in business this long.
You know, who's your favorite artist? Besides me?
Besides Vito
Yeah,
Picone,
right.
I would have to say my favorite artist, the biggest influence on my life, probably would have to be Mr. Paul Anka. I would have to say.
Wow.
Because of his diversity in singing so many things and able to come from nothing and make something out of nothing immediately. Those are the entertainers that I follow. Ad-libbing, not sticking to a script.
No, we signed with ABC Paramount the same time frame, so I know Paul since day one.
And he's a gentleman. I met him many times. Met Engelbert many times. All gentlemen. It's good to be in the business.
I got
But the
pictures.
biggest highlight of my life was being on the Vito Picone show.
Yeah.
Because as a little kid,
Thank you.
as a little kid, I always used to sit maybe 8, 9 years old. I always wanted to be on the Mike Douglas show. So now I'm on the Vito Picone Mike Douglas show.
Well, to show you my appreciation, I have these cufflinks here.
Where did you get them?
This is when you were actually singing in Europe during World War II.
I could use them.
Right. This was
Because I'm so broke, I can't even pay attention.
There you go. All right. And I'm going to keep these for the rest of my life, which is probably only about 2 more years. I think. You know?
I want you to have them.
No,
I want you to
I
have them.
appreciate that. What are you laughing at? I just turned 82 years old. You know, the numbers are starting to diminish here. I'm not ashamed to say how
We're
old
running
I
out of
am.
track.
Look, it is what it is. I'm busier now than I was when I was 18 years
me
old.
too, me
so
too.
I'm having fun. I'm still having fun, and
I can honestly say that too. I'm busier more now than I've ever been in my whole career.
absolutely,
Due
absolutely.
to you people, so thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's still fun. That's the key to everything.
When it's not fun, it's time to regroup.
Absolutely.
That's why I try to make people come and enjoy, give them a good bang for their dollar.
When I said about Paul Anka earlier, most of the early acts, the pioneers I call them, you know, we were lucky to have the #1 record in 1958. The problem with us, and maybe a lot of people don't know why, a lot of people ask, you know, what happened after Little Star? We had very poor management at the time. We had a 19-year-old girl was our manager, and she was told that the money is out on the road. It's not in the studio. So we were traveling all over, or everywhere we were, and never getting back into the studio, which was so important at the time. By the time we got back into the studio, it was over a year or so. The music that we created, the style that we created, was already milked and done. You know, the Mystics had Hushabye, and so on. All of these other groups that came out with my style of singing. They credit us for the Italian-American doo-wop era, the Passions, the Classics, the Chimes, the Four Seasons. All of those acts came after Little Star. We literally broke that ceiling, you know, and opened the door for all the Italian-American groups to come out. So it was ourselves and Dion, the Belmonts. That was it. We had nine Italians from Staten Island and the Bronx, you know. So it was new at the time. So, but I got a chance to really become good friends with Buddy Holly and with Chuck Berry. Dion and I are still close friends. I talk to him all the time. Tony Orlando, before he had his hits, you know, he was a songwriter. He was trying to do things, you know, and he said, I tried for weeks to try and copy you when I first heard you. And those kind of things, they last the rest of my life as a compliment, you know. So when I get the opportunity to do what I'm doing, I really believe that I'm representing all of those people, especially the ones that are no longer with us, you know. And I try to do a lot of their songs so that you can remember who they were, and you know. So it's emotional sometimes when I'm trying to sing, because I'm thinking of I do a thing by Ray Charles, you know, and Ray Charles was my idol, was, you know, one of my biggest idols, and I met him at ABC Paramount when we signed with that label too. Paul Anka, same time. Paul Anka, Ray Charles, myself, Steve Lawrence, you know, so we were all you know, Cubs. We were all in that what they used to call a stable, you know, and it was ABC Paramount was a pretty big company. It was the movie company, right. Paramount Pictures. So, you know, when everybody says, oh yeah, most of the acts out there never got paid, they didn't, because there was independent labels out there. These guys were ripping off kids left and right. We were fortunate enough to be with a major label, and thank God we got all our money and we got the respect we needed.
One of the lucky ones.
Yeah, but we lost that momentum because of poor management, you know. And I'm always sorry about it, but I'm always happy to see that these guys that started with me, at least some of them, have progressed into becoming icons and legends.
It's always harder with the group.
Oh,
it's always harder with personalities, with the group.
That's you got 5 guys eating, sleeping, and driving together. You start picking each other out, you start choking each other.
I work with 3 people. Yeah. Me, and me.
There you go. Me, myself, and I. Yeah. So anyway, we're really happy to have you here tonight.
I'm happy to be here, and I thank you very much.
You did a great job. I'm very, very pleased with what I heard.
Thank you so much.
You know, and you know, and as they are, you know, obviously you got a nice rapport. You do have a little following out there, but that's not why they gave you the hand they gave you.
Yeah.
They gave it because you have the talent and you have the personality too. You know, so it makes it very important.
You want to make people feel like this, everybody feel like there's somebody.
Absolutely.
And make it everybody
absolutely. Happy. Like I tell everybody, I'll never forget what's his name. You know, that's the easiest way to do that.
I never forget what's his name.
I'll never forget what's his name. You know, but once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a big round of applause and thank him. Thank him with your hands.
Thank you again.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Thank you. We always like to thank the people that brought us the food out there in the audience for the crew, and the crew always they love the pizza, they love the donuts, and You know, we try to keep them just on a on a little diet, because otherwise, if I bring in a truckload of food, they'll find a way to eat a truckload of food. So, you know, we got the hungriest audience, hungriest crew in the world, but they've always been there. And guys, you guys are tremendous. The camera crews now, I know the cameras have been resituated. It's difficult for you guys to see. Some of the things here, we're gonna have to tweak some stuff around, but bear with us. We've been doing this for 32 years. We'll get it right. We want to thank, obviously, we want to thank, let's see, it's Country Donuts over at Arthur Kill and Richmond Avenue. And, you know, they've always been there for us. I appreciate that. You also have to be able to thank so many other people, but we don't have the time to thank everybody. And sometimes when you do that, you forget one or two persons, and then you create a problem. So I like to just generally thank everybody. The one I will single out again is David. David, the best of luck, buddy. Enjoy yourself. Okay. And of course the crew. Can't do it without you guys either. You know, without these cameras, guys and ladies, we'd be looking at a mirror. You know, so you know we're looking at it's actually one more second to say good night. Good night, everybody.